What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the Prosmac channel. Today we're going to be discussing a topic that is actually, I would say, pretty sensitive without any rambling. We're just going to get straight into it. So I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard in the past few days the situation that's been going on with Amouranth. Now, for some reason, if you don't know who she is, she's a well-known Twitch streamer, and the situation that she's been in, or that unfolded on Twitter a few days ago, was a terrible situation. She came out with clips showing that her partner has been abusing her and has been emotionally controlling her. He would threaten her to, if she didn't do these certain things, if she didn't stream for a certain amount of time a day, then he would do stuff. He would spend her money and all that, because the thing is, this person had full control of her. He was the only one who had access to her financials. He also had access to her social media. He had a whole control of her life, and it's just bad. It's terrible. Before we go any farther into this, I just want to say, majority of people watch the situation saying this is terrible, this is a bad situation, no one deserves to be in a situation like this, and they are correct. No one deserves to be in a situation like the one she was in. But at the same time, a handful of people walked away from the situation with the take of what? She has a husband? What? I was giving money to this woman for the possibility of me to be with her or something. She has a husband? What? That's the weird thing as well that people walked away with. Some people didn't walk away with the fact that she's in a horrible situation and she needs help. They walked away with the fact that she has a husband and she lied. It came out in that situation as well that she actually did not want to hide the fact that she had a husband. Her husband is the one that wanted to keep it a secret, not her as well. Because the reason he wanted to keep it a secret was because it would ruin the business model, basically, the income flow. That's what he was concerned about. He wasn't concerned about her in this scenario. He was concerned about the flow of income, which is a very disgusting thing.
I've been wanting to tell people that, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're fucking married, because it's our relationship would be better if we just stream them, and it's fighting all the time. But no, Mister, don't say that, because it's gonna ruin the business model. It's not time yet. Fuck yourself. I'm done with it.
But anyways, the video that I saw first was the video of her talking to her husband on the phone, and her husband was just screaming at her and berating her with insults. It's a very hard to watch video. It really is. If you're a person, a decent person with morals, and you have some form of empathy towards people, you probably did not enjoy watching that video as well. Because to me, when I still can't completely watch the video without feeling sadness. Well, it was a hard to watch video, and literally the entire video was him literally just screaming at her, basically just using any tactic that he can to have control over her. And the fact that he did this live probably tells me that he's done this so many times in the past that he's just very comfortable with it. And that's one of the biggest problems, is that he's comfortable with it.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave you know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're answering my fucking, telling you. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
What are you even talking about? You brought up the dogs out of nowhere.
Exactly.
So what
Prove a point.
point is there improving?
See? You're proving my point right now.
What? I'm asking you. I don't even understand what you're saying to me.
I know. That's my point. My point is, are you listening or not? If you're not, then get the fuck out.
I'm literally listening, but you're not making any sense.
Well, no, you're not listening, because it makes perfect sense. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you don't get it, I need you to get the fuck out.
So that clip I'm pretty everyone who's seen it has seen it. It's not an easy one to watch, but as well, there was more to it. Along with that clip, there was another clip of her where she showed screenshots of the DMs, and the DMs are like terrible. If you actually read the DMs, they're absolutely horrible. It's literally just a wall of text of this person basically just berating her with insults. It's just terrible behavior. Next time when I say a plan, do it. Dumb fuck. Do you understand? What plan are you talking about? Fuck you, get the fuck outside. I'm calling you. And then the next one is just a big wall of just him just berating her with stuff. Last chance, I'm about to dump your luggage. I'm throwing your stupid much off the balcony, proceeding to ditch your stuff. You don't need the makeup. Being social media in 1 minute, buying options that expire, and blasting the cash. I'm about to shut down the real work bank account. And also, you can see there's like a handful of typos as well in the text while he's sending this. So he's probably like spamming. He's probably aggressively typing on his phone while doing this. That's probably why there's so many like errors in this message. And then the final one that she showed is literally just him saying like, oh, I'm going to just blow a bunch of money. And then he made the threat that he is going to send her dog to a meat packing house, which is fucked up. This person basically just had control over her entire life in general, because like he would also force her to stream as much as possible. So he had control of her entire life. She couldn't really do anything on her own. And she also reveals in another video that her husband has been somewhat destructive, not towards her, but towards like objects in the house.
I would lock my door, but he broke that too. So,
best advice I can give
that was
during
the
my
day
divorce
that
my
he
grandma
fucking
gave.
took the
This
the
too
phone
shall
from
pass.
Me, both phones from me. And so I ran in here to call the cops, and he literally kicked the door in and broke, like, this doesn't even have a hinge anymore. And then he also, another day, right when the ST Peach game, he was like trying to smash my phone against my computer, tried to pour monster on my computer,
timing,
and then
but
took
I
the
need
fucking
$50,000.
took one of the objects in my room. I think it was this, like one of the chairs or one of the tables, and like hit it against this wall and made this. This was my dog, but this was him. Just like throw stuff.
Now the thing I can take away from this is if he's starting to become destructive and like break shit in the house, like she claims that he kicked down the door. That's why it's damaged. That's why the knob and like latch is busted the way it is. If he's willing to be that destructive towards like inanimate objects or in their own home, then at some point probably would have gone to a point where he would actually have taken it out on her, like actually like physically harmed her. This is not really physical abuse, but you could say there's signs of it. Again, I'm not licensed for this stuff, so I'm not like a doctor or anything, so I can't really tell you exactly. But to me personally, if this continued on, it probably would have led towards some kind of domestic abuse. And that's the worst case scenario. It's worse enough that he basically had control of her whole entire life in a way and mentally abusing her. But I feel like if this continued, this would have turned into possibly some type of physical abuse. But a good thing it didn't end up in that scenario. Now, some good news. There's some very good news about this. So, just as I sat down recording this video, before I even turned the mic on and everything and got all the threads together to look at, some new information came out about the situation with Amouranth, and it's fresh as well. I have not seen this footage, but it's good footage. She went live, and basically everything is good. It sounds like the ending is actually good. She is seeking both legal and emotional counseling, which is nice. They are splitting up, which is also good. And he's seeking help, which he should, because this is not just a case of someone being abusive. This is also probably a case of somebody being abusive and also having mental problems of their own. Especially with the text messages, the crazy things they were saying. Like no sane person would like send a wall of messages like that. So there's definitely possibly some mental issues going on with this person as well, along with them just being an abusive prick. But anyways, some good news has came out of it. Let's hear this clip. This is fresh. This just came out today.
And I think that when he heard himself on that call, it really sunk in how much of an asshole He is. It's like you never fucking realized, idiot. Anyways. So as of today, though, I have access to all of my accounts and finances again. He's not here. He's getting help. And I'm seeking legal and emotional counsel. But yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out to offer their help and support, including like legal help, places to stay, etc. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So it's safe to say that this is going to end up with a happy ending, which what we all wanted, and it's good that he is getting the help he needs. Compared to the first clip we saw of her, she has a different demeanor, and she's just a lot happier. She just seems a lot happier as a person, probably because she realizes that like this torment is finally over, and she has control of her life again, finally, after so long of not being in control and being controlled. She finally has control of basically her streaming hours and everything, because her husband basically just forced her to do 24-hour streams. He forced her to stream as long as possible, so now she finally has the ability to basically just make her own schedules and not be controlled by somebody. Along with this thread, MS has stated things that she can finally do again. The one that stood out to me the most was watch TV. The fact that she wasn't able to watch TV means that this person had like full control of her life. Okay, so here's another clip, and within this clip that she's claiming that her cameraman and content, basically social media people that like manage her accounts or whatever, they knew about what was going on and they just didn't really do anything about it, which is terrible on their part as well.
I feel like he's just out of line right now after the way he acted at the convention. It's like he has known me longer than anyone on my staff, so I don't like that he's labeling other people as enablers, because he's known about this situation for so long. It just feels really, really weird.
But yeah, basically that's basically all the new information come out. So at the end of the day, this situation was a bad situation, and probably years of this going on behind the scenes. Like we didn't know anything about this. We didn't know that this was going on at all behind the scenes till she revealed it a few days ago. It's good to hear that this situation has finally been resolved and she can finally go back to basically just being an actual human, because within this whole scenario she was not treated like a human. She was treated kind of like an object. And a lot of people were saying as well that the husband's behavior is very similar to what a pimp does to his clients, and I would say that's pretty true, because they both have control over the clients' financials, and they have restricted freedoms and stuff, and she had a lot of that. She had no control over her finances. He did, and from what it sounds like, she didn't have much freedom. She was restricted on doing certain things, and this was all just because the husband wanted to make as much money as possible. So I think with this whole thing, from what I'm getting from this is, first off, the husband is a terrible person, but mostly I don't think he really cared for this person, really. Maybe at one point he did, but once he realized that she can make a lot of money on the internet, he saw that as an opportunity and took advantage of her, and that's just bad. But it's good to see that this has finally been resolved. This situation has finally been put to rest, and he's getting the help he needs, which he definitely does need. What unfolded the last 2 days really shows how crazy and how far some people would take it, especially for money, dude. Money can control you in like terrible ways. But again, at the end of the day, it's fine to see that she is happy and safe, and that's all that really matters. So I would say that's a good end to this story. So yeah, that's basically this, guys. This was a pretty serious situation, but it ended up being resolved in the best way possible. Probably one of the best endings that you can get from a situation like this, which is good. But yeah, that's basically for this video, guys. Hopefully you don't end up in a situation like this, because it's not fun. It seems like it mentally degrades you as a person. So hopefully you don't end up going through a situation like this, and if you are, hopefully you realize it and you get the help that you need. But yeah, that's basically this video. Hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.